Hey guys, how's it going? Dallas J. Moore. I'm sitting down here downtown at the Alexander Recording Company. I'm sitting here with Dennis.
Hey.
Dennis is the owner, and Dennis and I kind of ran into each other, it's probably, 4 years ago?
Yeah, at least, man.
And karaoke one night down at Diamond Joe's, which no longer exists.
Yeah,
And
that was a good venue, too.
it was a good venue, and they had karaoke, which
Yeah.
even if you can't sing, usually is what makes it better.
My favorite thing about the whole karaoke deal is it takes me completely away from work. You know, here at the studio, the vocals have to be just right.
Yep.
You can go listen to karaoke and it can be as bad as it can be, and I don't have anything to do with it. So it's cool.
No ownership, not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So, but you were doing audio engineering there, and you've been music and engineering sound for how long?
10 years.
About 10 years?
10 years doing live sound. Got a couple of years of studio experience. Playing a local rock band for the last couple of years. So yeah, I'm pretty much, if it doesn't have something to do with music, I work at Reedman Music in the daytime. I run the studio at night. Play with the band on the weekends. You know, if it's not music oriented, I don't do it.
Not your thing.
Yeah, so I found my happy spot, I guess.
And this has kind of been a big project for you. I mean, Alexander Recording Company has kind of been in transition from being a giant room to being two big rooms with kind of a hallway and sound barriers in between. Kind of tell me how long this project's been active for you.
Really, like 6 months ago, I really began the process. Excuse me. I had a friend of mine come down, help me really map out the room. A lot of math involved in how walls are laid out in the studio. He came down about 6 months ago, and we started drawing up the plans. And over the last 2 months, we have made amazing progress. The place has undergone a huge transformation just in the last month. I've had an overwhelming amount of support from my friends, and you all know who you are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lee LaPond helped me with carpenter work, Kent Savely and Larry Breon with drywall. Everybody had a hand in painting. Derek Gorshey did wiring for me. I've had my hand on every piece in here, and every piece has had one of my friends, give their labor and time and energy to it. So it's turned out amazing, and it wouldn't be this way, man, without my friends, the community support that I've got.
So tell me, what's different with Alexander Recording Company versus some of the recording studios, say, maybe in Des Moines that you might run into?
I guess the biggest thing for us, man, is I've got a job, and I'm not trying to get rich. I want to put a place where musicians who don't have a lot of money, and until you're riding on the tour bus, you don't have a lot of money,
Right.
So I want a place where you can get a quality product, you can sound good, somebody will take the time and effort and energy to help you produce your material. I'm working closely with Andy Anderson from the band Snafu, who has produced several albums for bands. His production experience, my engineering experience, it makes a really good marriage for the studio, to where you can take a kid who's never been in a studio before, with a little bit of coaching and some encouragement, and they walk out of here with a really, really good sounding project. And it cost them $35 an hour instead of what the other places are charging. We want it to be affordable, but at the same time, we're part of the community. Like I said, I work in a music store. I see these kids every day. I want to be encouraging, and I want to be able to give them something without taking all of their money.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what best case scenario in 6 months? What can we see from Alexander Recording Company? Where would you like it to be in 6 months from now?
Really, what my expectation is that the place is going to take on a life of its own. Again, there's been so much community support. I see it as a recording studio, but B, I see it almost as a hub for the music community here in Ames. You know, we don't say we don't do your kind of music. You know, I draw the line at a few things. Lyrical content. The studio will in no way promote any hate rhetoric of any kind. There's not going to be, you're not going to see my name as producer or engineer on anything that is hate oriented. I can't do that. Other than that, all genres of music are welcome. You know, it be R&B, soul, bluegrass, modern rock, heavy metal. As long as there's energy in what you're doing, then I'm happy with it, you know?
Sure.
So,
if you had like maybe a sentence or two that would describe what you'd like to see Alexander Recording Company be for the community, for the musicians, for the guys and the girls that shop upstairs to know about this place, if you could sum it up into 2 sentences to kind of describe your vision and dream and why you are kind of putting them first in a sense, more so than yourself, and you just kind of being that helping hand to kind of push them forward.
you know, I don't know if I can sum it up in a sentence other than years ago, I was working for a live sound company, and we had a huge monitor board, and our job as monitor engineers was to make the band on stage happy, you know. And so when you're working with national acts, these guys have been around a long time, and sometimes it's really hard to give them exactly what they want, you know. So kind of as a joke that became the company motto, I cut up a pizza box from Happy Joe's, and I stuck the little side label on the front of the monitor board, and it said, "We're here to make you happy." And that's my job at Alexander Recording Studio. My job is owner, engineer, producer. If you come to me with a project, my job is to make you happy with your project when you leave here. If there's something I can do to tweak the music a little bit, I'll help in that manner. If it's something, a new technique of recording to get a unique sound for you, I'll do that, you know. Really the biggest thing is like when you walk out the door, I want you to look like a 6-year-old kid with a brand new candy bar, you know. Woo-hoo!
Right.
I mean, it's the music business, and I think we can agree on this. It's got ups and downs, you know, and they're really far apart, you know. It's that middle ground that a lot of us live in that people forget about, you know.
I agree.
You don't see it on the news. You don't see local musician plays 2 nights a week at, you know, local venues, has just put out his first CD. You don't see that on MTV or the news.
Sure.
And that's the majority of who we are, musician-wise. You know, there's only one James Taylor.
Right.
You know? But, and get me wrong, I would love to be, you know, up there with James, but I'm not, you know. And James can afford to go record anywhere he wants to.
Sure.
You know, if he wants to build a new studio on his yacht, he can do that. We can't, you know. So this is an attempt to make it accessible to your normal, regular, everyday musician. You know, be them singer-songwriters or drummers or piano players or, you know, whatever it is that you love musically. I want you to be able to come here and be comfortable and get a helping hand and not spend every penny you have doing it, you know?
That's awesome. All right, so this is Dennis again with Alexander Recording Company. I'll put a link below so you can check out their Facebook page. And thanks for watching the video. We're going to do a tour. Dennis is going to give us a walk around, and we'll have that video also below. So check
Cool.
that out.
Come
Thanks
see
for
us.
watching us.